And in 37 days, we went from $1.37 to $8,000. So that's a 600,000% in 37 days.
What is the Micromeme movement?
It is kind of like the midpoint between NFTs and meme coins. I'm talking about no more than 2 years. We're going to have more AI agents trade in the market.
What would your advice be for someone who's wanting to get into crypto?
I'm a big believer on taking action. So first thing, just download a wallet. Our culture is we tell people here what we do is we buy these collectibles and we hold.
Welcome to BetTalks, sponsored by 0x Processing. Today, I'm your host, Amber, and we're joined by an absolute enthusiast within the crypto space. He's really shaking things up. He has a PhD in encryption and cybersecurity, and currently he's working on something completely new, the Micromeme Movement. Welcome, Jose Torres.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure being here.
No, today it's going to be very exciting. So we'll get straight into it because we obviously have a lot to talk about. What is the Micromeme movement?
Well, listen, meme coins have something very special, which is not only they reflect the culture of internet, but it also the multiplier effect. They can go up in a significant amount of profit. And this is why people are so excited about meme coins. Another important aspect is that in the blockchain world and cryptocurrency nowadays, after Bitcoin was born 2009, so after 11, 12, 13, 14 years of blockchain history, we are in a situation where we need user onboarding. So we're talking about maybe 8-9 billion people in the world. I'm expecting easily 2 billion people joining blockchain and crypto in the next 2 to 3 years. And meme coins, believe it or not, they're actually helping on that process. So this is the good side of it. The bad side of it is that it has become something very difficult to win. It is very easy to get late, to be late. Just you don't know if the liquidity is there, if this is a scam, the famous rug pull. So many variables that you cannot control. And so, and the most important thing is you need a massive amount of money for these coins to move. So 100 days ago, we just had this idea of what if we just reduce the supply to, let's say, we thought about 10,000 tokens, maybe 3,000, and we found this sweet spot at 5,000 tokens, and we name it Micromeme. And the result has been spectacular. Why? Because it is kind of like the midpoint between NFTs and meme coins. Like people nowadays, they're buying meme coins and the holding time, people buy and hold for maybe 15 minutes, 10, sometimes even seconds. Now, NFTs is the opposite. When you buy an NFT, especially if it has a real value, maybe you buy it for like a year, 2 years, 3 years to hold it. So Micromeme is this sweet spot in which people are actually buying to hold because they're collectibles.
Okay.
So this is the we can call it innovation. This is the special thing behind Micromeme, that because there's only 5,000, they're very desirable. People desire to have these coins.
How does that work in regards to obviously volatility in the market? Because some people maybe don't trust meme coins as much because, like you say, it's very like up and down. How does that work with the Micromeme movement?
Well, see, volatility is not a bad thing.
Okay.
There's a phrase that said, people love volatility when it goes in your direction, right?
Yeah, that's so
right?
true. Yeah.
And so I just, people who are listening to this podcast, I think we need to be friends with volatility. Mm-hmm. And volatility, you want things, in my opinion, you want things to be volatile. Now, when you're playing with some money that you need and then you have to panic sell, then volatility is an issue. But when you are putting on the table some money that you can afford to lose, maybe you're not in a rush, volatility is exactly what you want, because you want movement up and down. So again, And these micromeme coins, not only they're only 5,000, but the liquidity is really low.
Okay.
And this means that they move. So for example, in 37 days, we were able to launch the just a version of Donald Trump as a meme coin, only 5,000 tokens. And in 37 days, we went from $1.37 to 8,000. So that's a 600,000% in 37 days.
Yeah.
So we're talking about, digital assets. We're talking about winning. That is winning.
Yeah, that's huge.
then it's huge. Then we launched Bukele, the president of El Salvador.
Yeah.
And again, we took it from $2. We launched it at 40 cents. We took it from about $2 to $2,000.
Wow. Okay.
And then same with Milei, which is the president of Argentina. Same thing. It went from 40 cents to $400. So you're talking about massive movement.
Yeah.
But they also go down. So
Yeah.
not everything is so beautiful. But that's exactly what you want. You want things to go up and down.
Yeah. So if someone's trading micromeme, they really need to keep an eye on the market. And it's the 90-day cycle, did you say?
Well, yeah. You know how in Bitcoin, there is this halving. The cycles are 4 years. 4 years meaning, like a sideways, really like parabolic move. Mm-hmm. Then, of course, collapse, how Bitcoin is going to be the end of Bitcoins, and then just come again. Those cycles are about 4 years. In Micromeme, this is so new that we just don't know.
Okay.
But we think that we completed the first cycle because what I've told you with Donald Trump, Bukele, with Milei, in 37 days, we went from accumulation phase to parabolic. Yeah. And then in about 40 days, we went from beauty to really like going down, panic sell, and basically, I would say 90% correction.
Okay.
So now I think we're at the end of cycle 1, and then we're in the beginning of cycle 2. And that took between 90 to 100 days.
Wow, okay. So let's take it back a little bit. You have a PhD in encryption and cybersecurity. How do you go from that to now this micro meme? Like, that's a big jump, right?
I'm still digesting that, to be honest with you, because I was a little bit against meme coins, because when you get to know blockchain and the power of blockchain for transparency, many usabilities in all different sectors, because blockchain is going to be used in any single sector you can think of. So in the last, 10 years, we have seen new cryptocurrencies that present something different than Bitcoin. Some are faster and different technologies and reversibility. There's so many things. And then meme coin is something that, it's just a game. They're funny, but they're kind of like, I don't know. It's just, I think it's when you're passionate about the technology, when you're an ambassador of blockchain and you see meme coins, it's just,
Yeah. Would you say meme coin is a bit more of a gamble when it comes to crypto?
I would say, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Now, they represent the internet culture, which I think is powerful.
Yeah.
But it has some gamble aspect, very significant. So I went to college in the U.S. to do engineering, and then I was lucky enough to get this opportunity to do a PhD in Spain in encryption. Not because I was looking for that. It's just because back then, this is a long time ago, the government had some incentive and they had some scholarships.
Okay.
I said, okay, well, let me do that. And then for 4 years, I studied. This is before Bitcoin, so it was not called blockchain or anything like that. But it was very similar, how to have the private key, the public key, and all of that. And so when I got to know Bitcoin early 2015, I was able to use all that knowledge. That, to be honest, it was just, when I finished my thesis, my doctoral thesis, I put it on a shelf. I said, let me do marketing, because I love marketing. I love personal development. I love motivation. I love, teach people about finance and time management and many things, you know.
Yeah.
But when I got introduced to Bitcoin mining, I really understood the power of it. And so for the last, I would say, 10 years, I've been teaching people the power of the use case of blockchain and cryptocurrency. But meme coins is something that I did it just for fun. Hey, let's put $100 or $50 and let's just play. But now they're becoming, like I told you before, they're becoming a nice door or gateway for people to onboard into blockchain.
Yeah.
So I really see a lot of people say, what is the usability? Well, right now, I think they're huge on user onboarding, which is very important.
Yeah. How do you find it? Obviously, the cybersecurity background. Would you say you can spot like red flags and stuff within the crypto a bit easier than obviously maybe like a novice trader?
Well, there are some red flags that you have to, especially in the crypto space. For example, one thing that I really appreciate is when there is 100% circulating supply.
Okay.
You know, when there is like team allocations or the owners have tokens, when there's tokens outside of circulation, surprises can come, and you don't want to have those surprises. So 100% circulating supply is a very good thing. The liquidity, how much money is in the protocol, especially when it's locked, then you know that cryptocurrency can never go to zero. So that's another green flag. So 100% circulating supply, liquidity locked, and a strong narrative. So for example, in political pump, the narrative are the politicians. So imagine right now the world is ruled by politicians. You know, Twitter is, you know, they're fighting,
Yeah, Twitter's an interesting space at the minute.
For sure. So when a cryptocurrency has a strong narrative and also have a community behind and has 100% circulating supply and liquidity locked, those four aspects working together, it's not a guarantee, but at least it's a good surface to play with.
Okay. And obviously on this podcast, we talk a lot about emerging tech, web, AI. How would you see AI affecting the crypto space? Like, do you say it's a positive thing? Do you think?
Wow. I'm a big believer on evolution and improvement. So I don't know if it's positive or negative, but I want to think that it's just part of the evolution. And when you cannot stop something, so you better get used to it, learn it, and use it, and try to use it in a good way. One thing that people need to consider is, for example, in today's world, traders, people that trade the market, most of them, they're humans, right? Of course, you have bots, but at the end of the day, the bot is controlled by a human. Okay?
Do you think bots can ever replace human traders?
Well, bots are replacing a lot of there are more bots than traders in the world right now, for sure.
Yeah.
But again, the bots will need always a human to the settings, different trends and different changes. But with AI, we're gonna have AI agents.
Okay.
So in the near future, I'm talking about no more than 2 years, we're gonna have more AI agents trading the market than humans or bots.
Wow.
So talk about building for traders or building for users. Maybe in the future we're gonna build for AI agents.
Yeah. Wow.
And that is
different.
I don't know if it's scary. I don't know if it's good. I don't know if it's bad. But you better understand it.
Yeah. I think I find I'm more behind the camera, marketing, etc. I think from an outsider's perspective looking in, it's such a new and emerging market with crypto, like your new movement with the micro memes. Like there's so much going on. Who knows what maybe is going to happen next week, right? But it's good.
That's why, see, one thing that I would encourage people that are listening to us is embrace change. Like hug change, because in today's world, with everything is next, we're scrolling up and down, swapping left and right. Today we have Micromeme Tomorrow we'll have something else, and then AI, and then look at what happened with the metaverse. Remember, metaverse was something huge. Even Facebook changed the name from Facebook to Meta. Then AI came and
Gone.
it's gone.
Yeah.
And we don't know whether that's coming back, and we don't know what's going to happen, but it's gone. Like, who's talking about a metaverse? Nobody. And so the same can happen with AI. Maybe there's something that it will just... So again, we are in a very fast-moving world.
Yeah.
In which sometimes I feel, and I'm sure a lot of people feel like, please, let's stop this. I'm going out. Just leave me out of this. Yeah. But I think we have to embrace change, and we need to be strategic. Follow your plan. It is good to have maybe like a 6 months, 1 year plan. I don't believe in 5, 10 years plans anymore.
Yeah, no.
It's impossible.
Change is too much.
Yeah, but you gotta have like a year. I like a 6 months, 1 year plan. I'm a big fan because the world will change, and sometimes you have to pivot, sometimes you have to maneuver. But the only way of winning is winning based on your game plan.
So what would you say is your 6-month game plan, if you can share it, for your Micromeme movement?
For sure. Again, I'm a big believer of cryptocurrency. I'm a big believer of decentralization, teaching people financial education. Yeah. And so the meme coin space, listen, back in, 2016, something like that, there were only, in the beginning, there was only 5 cryptocurrencies. It was Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple, Dogecoin, and that's it. I remember when Zcash came into the play. And then, I don't know if you remember Bitcoin Cash and Satoshi Vision. Do you remember those days?
Yeah, yes.
That was the early beginning. Then, of course, with altcoins and DeFi and all of that, then we got to about 30,000 cryptocurrencies, which it was a lot. I remember like 30,000 cryptocurrencies. Well, because of platforms like Palm.fun, we went from 30,000 cryptocurrencies to 13 million last year alone.
Wow.
And there's 15,000 cryptocurrencies being launched every day. So the world doesn't need 15,000 cryptocurrencies every day. We really don't. But this is what's happening. So there's interest, there's a demand, there's some user interest. So something is really happening there. But like I told you before, a lot of people are losing. So my roadmap or my game plan for the next 6 months is to provide to the people who are interested into meme coins a platform or a place where they know that they can connect their wallet in a very safe way, that there is certainty, meaning every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Dubai time, we launch one coin.
Okay.
So there is some certainty. People don't have to, you don't have to be my friend, or you don't have to have insider information. No.
Yeah.
9 p.m. every Tuesday, Dubai time, you know that action is going to be there. Okay. So we release the contract. People can trade in a very fair way. And to be honest with you, after we have done 15 launches so far, all in a very successful way. Some people are in profit, some people are winning, some people are losing. It's impossible to make everybody win.
Yeah, I know.
But at least it's fair. And I usually tell people, when you win, it's amazing, right? But when you lose in a fair way, you can live with that. You can live with that. So my plan is to onboard people into this world in a very safe way. And we don't promise whether you're going to win. It's just we're going to set up in a fair way where you can learn and you can do your first steps into the crypto meme blockchain space.
Nice. I mean,
0x processing are focused mainly on 2 things: acceptance rate and security, achieving an unprecedented level by combining proprietary blockchain infrastructure with broad account security measures. 0x processing, crypto payments for your business.
what would your advice be for someone who's wanting to get into crypto? There's a lot of chatter in the industry. You never know who to listen to or what to watch. What would your advice be for someone new?
I'm a big believer on taking action. So first thing, just download a wallet, any wallet. There's many. For example, I use something called Phantom Wallet, which is based on Solana. Yeah. I don't work for them, anything like that. It's one of the most used in the world. So download a wallet and learn how to buy a small amount of money. Learn how to buy, for example, $50 of, let's say, Solana. Why Solana? Because a lot of the trading volume nowadays happens in Solana. Solana is the #1 blockchain for trading right now. So download a wallet, buy $50 of Solana, and then find a community or find a project where you see active community.
Okay.
Just go into all the projects usually have a Telegram community.
Right.
Just go there, see whether there is hate, there is complaints, or there is actually good energy. And if you see that not everything's gonna be beautiful, but if you see that there is active comments, that there's happening, that the developers answer quick, if you see that things are happening, that would be a good start to say, hey, you know what? Let me give it a try.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, because that's something I've struggled with, trying to find like what to put my money into. Like sometimes pump and dumps, it's, you have to be careful of them. Is it true yours is sort of, you say, pump and hold?
Correct.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because again, one thing that I'm learning, especially in today's world, every single project out there, every single company, you need to really decide what your culture is.
Okay.
Yeah. What are your values? What's a culture? So for us, we welcome everybody, right? We welcome traders, people that want to connect bots, people that want to jump from coin to coin. Like we welcome everybody, okay? But our culture is we tell people here what we do is we buy these collectibles and we hold. So we buy at launches and we hold. This is what we do. You like it? Welcome. Like you're part of the tribe. Right?
Okay.
You say, no, I don't believe in holding. I'm just going to buy and sell. Do it. But our culture is we buy and we hold.
I like that.
And to be honest with you, we just released now a website feature called locking. So you can lock your coins. You decide for how long. You can lock them for 1 week, 2 weeks, up to 10 weeks. And once you lock your coins, basically holding, you get some rewards, okay?
Right.
And 70% of the users, we got about 10,000 active wallets, so 70% of the coins are already in the locking program.
Oh, wow.
So it's huge.
Yeah,
For you to
yeah.
give you a perspective, Ethereum, 29% of all the Ethereum are in the staking program, and about 65% of the Solanas are in the staking program. We are reaching 70%.
Wow.
So that tells you that our community trusts the project. It trusts the protocol. And that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it is. What, with crypto being so wild, it's very up and down, what's your why? What keeps you going?
Okay. I refuse to see that all the projects are pump and dump. Projects in the beginning, everybody's enthusiastic, especially when there is like private sales or ICOs. It goes up and then people sell and then projects die. I want to believe that it have to be something else. There have to be a project, whether, of course, correction is natural, it's going to happen. Yeah. But I want to believe that some projects are going to recover nicely because there's real value and work behind. So what it wakes me up in the morning, every single morning, is like I told you, is seeing these tokens really going up, going down, and going up again, and going down, and going up again.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh my God, how many cycles can we run? As many cycles as our community wants.
Oh, nice.
So just imagine,
Yeah.
imagine, for example, in meme coins, people usually buy one time, they make a profit, and they don't buy the token anymore. I don't like that. I want you to keep buying the same token over and over again because there's many cycles.
Yeah.
And so that's what we are fighting for or working for.
Yeah. Would you say within that it's, obviously build your community, but it's kind of like coaching your community to do that? If that's...
You have to lead people.
Yeah.
Like leadership is something very important in the world. The world needs leaders.
Yeah.
Again, you have to decide what is the culture, what are your values, what you're trying to achieve. You have to be a role model. You have to, for example, people see that I'm not just teaching you how to hold, I'm holding too.
Yeah.
You know, it's just you have to lead by example.
Yeah.
And another important thing that I'm doing right now with my team is not just deciding the culture and the values and the mission, what you're trying to achieve, but also ask you, what do you want to achieve? Because maybe we use, my project as a vehicle, because at the end of the day, projects are just vehicles, right? But because I'm maybe the founder or I'm the one that had the idea, my motivation is going to be huge. Now, I need to sit down with you and say, hey, Amber, what are your goals for this year? Like, what are you trying to achieve outside crypto? You say, hey, Jose, well, I want to, save some money to do an MBA. Okay, great. Now, let me see how with this vehicle you can achieve your dreams.
Yeah, that's so nice.
So that's what I'm working actually right now, internally and externally. I'm telling people, you cannot enforce things on people, but you can lead people. And leadership of, let me tell you how we roll here. This is how we roll. This is what we do. Here we buy and we hold.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't want you to be okay with it, but this is how we do. My goals, my dreams are this, and this is what I'm trying to achieve. Now, having said that, how about you? And I get you engaged, I get you on board. No. And that's something that I'm really putting a lot of hours right now.
Yeah, I can see from our conversation now, like your energy is so like positive and like uplifting. It's nice because like within any industry anyway, mental health is also a huge thing, right? And especially within, I don't know, crypto and Web3, there are a lot of up and downs. How do you maintain a positive outlook?
I work every single day on that.
Yeah.
Because you see me very positive, and I am. I'm a very optimistic person. But it's like the mindset. You have to shower every day. You have to go to the gym every day. You have to work on your mentality every day. I listen to podcasts at least 15, 20 minutes every single day, sometimes twice or 3 times per day. And so you just need to realize that this world don't need more negativity. This world don't need more people complaining, comparing. This world needs people that really say, hey, let's make it happen. I believe in you. Just imagine telling people, even if it's a lie.
Yeah.
But, I'd rather say, people, I believe in you. Let's go. Let's do this. What do you want to do? So I wake up every day on making sure that I'm in a good mental space.
Yeah.
And listen, sometimes it's hard, especially with right now. One thing that's happening to me right now, because I think that the first cycle, like I'll tell you, the first cycle I think is over.
Yeah.
I'm expecting these coins to go up. I really am. I'm working really hard. And the prices, they're sideways. They go a little bit green. They go red.
Yeah.
And I'm pushing and I'm working and I'm educating people and I'm doing marketing and I'm, doing so many things.
Yeah.
And the prices don't move. So you have to trust the process and you have to keep going and never lose the enthusiasm. And this is why success is very difficult to achieve. A lot of people want success, but it is so easy to get depressed. It's so easy to get bummed or to get discouraged because not only you have to put the work, but when you put the work, sometimes the results are even worse. So sometimes it's not just not having results. Yeah. You actually go backwards.
Have you ever been burnt out? That's obviously you're being a founder and stuff.
Sure. Yeah. Sometimes you have to. I have never quit.
Yeah.
But sometimes I just have to
reset.
Yes. You have to say, you know what, let me take some fresh air. Let me just relax for 3 days or 1 week. And then you go back into the horse again. But for sure. But I tell you, enthusiasm is the key. Like the formula for not even success. There's a formula for dealing with today's society is energy and enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Come on, come on.
Yeah.
Like I was so excited to come here this
so
morning,
happy to have you on,
and
honestly.
I'm excited gotta be excited. You have to be excited.
No, it's good.
And also a little bit of risk. You have to take risks.
Yeah, I think that's a hard thing as well. Trying to judge how much risk is too much in obviously a personal, because especially with crypto, some parts like meme coins could be considered more gambling. Obviously your Bitcoin, etc., is a bit safer to invest in. risk is a big thing we speak about on here because
I think, the question might be what level of risk should people be taking?
Yeah.
And the way to answer that question is when you start feeling fear.
Yeah.
You have to, like, if you're taking risk but you're not afraid, it's not good enough. You gotta be afraid.
Step out of the comfort zone.
You gotta be afraid.
Yeah.
You gotta be afraid.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I try to, but sometimes it's a lot
No,
easier said than
again,
done.
no. By any means, maybe I make it sound that it's easy. No. What I'm saying is, I don't believe people say, "Oh, I'm not afraid of anything." No, I'm afraid. I'm afraid of many things. But afraid is what it keeps you awake, improving yourself.
Yeah. Who do you look up to within, you said you listen to podcasts, like what podcasts do you listen to, or who do you look up to within crypto, or anyone you think they're doing well? Or
Oh my God, I listen to so many things.
Really?
Yeah. Right now, to be honest, here in Dubai, I had the opportunity to meet with Andy Elliott.
Okay.
Andy Elliott is the number one salesman in the world. He looks like a fitness coach,
Okay.
but what he does, he called himself the combat kid. Like he really resets people. He puts you against the wall. He makes you kill the person that you are and rebuild a new one. That's what he does.
Wow.
So the last 2 weeks, I spent time with him.
Okay.
And it has been amazing from, like I told you, like just to, oh my God, what kind of leadership am I putting in the company? How am I showing up to every single place that I go to? And so also compressing times. You know, when you see how Andy and his team, when you see how they operate, they achieve in one day what people do in 1 week. They achieve in 1 month what people do in 6 months. And they achieve in 3 months what people do in a year. So when you compress times, you can see how you can do massive success in a very short, limited amount of time. So I'm flying tomorrow to spend another 2 weeks with him in the US.
Nice.
Because I just figured that being next to his team, it just allows me to work faster, better.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing right now. But sometimes I love biohacking. I love longevity. Of course, crypto, like, you know, everything related with crypto, AI, technology, a lot of personal development, spirituality.
Yeah.
So I'm you know, I like to research so many areas.
Yeah.
And then of course, I take a lot of notes, and then I do my own summary. But everything comes down to your I don't want to use the word happiness. It's just your enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Just enthusiasm.
Yeah.
And even if you're having a bad day, just
Get up and go.
get up and go.
Yeah. No, I like that. How long have you been in Dubai for?
A little under 1 year. I would say like 10 months.
Okay, how are you finding that?
I love it.
Yeah?
I love it.
Where did you live before?
I've been in US, Spain, Mexico, and now Dubai.
Oh, nice. So a bit of a mix. which is
Yeah,
good.
a big mix.
How do you find the mentality here within business compared to the US or Mexico?
I had this conversation with some friends a couple of days ago, and everybody had a different answer.
Oh,
right?
really?
Because if you ask me, Dubai is fast.
Yeah.
A lot of things happening. People thinking big. Everybody wants to help everyone. So that's why I really like Dubai. To me, or maybe, I don't know, my experience has been very positive.
Yeah.
I know some people maybe not, but for me, Dubai has been so great in so different areas. But then another person yesterday told me, but Dubai makes people soft because it's very convenient. And I'm like,
okay.
oh my God, that is so true.
Yeah, that is so true.
It is so true.
Yeah.
Because listen, in Dubai, everything works. You go to the airport and everything's perfect. Mm-hmm. You go to a I don't know, any of these beautiful hotels. Everything's beautiful.
No, so
true.
true.
Dubai makes people soft, which is
Yeah.
not a good thing.
No.
But I think it's very fast. There is a lot of talent.
Yeah.
There is a lot of talent, of course, capital, and especially people push you to do things.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy here.
How do you wade through? I find in Dubai, you can meet a lot of people. I mean, I've been here 6 years. I'd say it took me a year to settle in, to find genuine connections, or I say sift through the bullshit, like who actually wants to help you or who's just wanting something out of you. How do you like waver your way?
Navigate.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you one thing. I think we give too much importance to the word genuine. I don't. Of course, it's important, right?
Yeah.
But you don't have to find genuine friends everywhere you go to. Sometimes you just need to connect with people. Because I do believe that any single person that you meet for 1 minute, for 1 hour, or for a lifetime is going to be your teacher. So I'm teaching you something today. You're teaching me. So sometimes you're a student. Sometimes you're the master.
Yeah.
But we just, everybody will teach you a good experience or a bad one.
Yeah.
But even the bad one you also need. So here in Dubai, I don't. For example, something that helps me, I don't look for like genuine friendship or someone that is really gonna be with me for the rest of my life. I just don't approach it that way. I just approach it as curiosity. Like, hey,
Yeah.
let me meet Amber. Let me see what's going
Yeah.
on. And maybe we don't never see each other again, or maybe we have a coffee, or maybe we do a business together. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I'm approaching more like, let me discover.
Yeah.
And if
like
you
that.
approach it that way, then Dubai is great.
Yeah, it's a better outlook to have for sure.
I think
Because
so.
I find like even networking out here, if you go to like the networking events, some people, they're already going with the mindset, I need something. But I feel like when you're actually at an event, you can kind of, people sense that and then they don't want to deal as much.
I know another thing that I'm doing,
Yeah.
maybe it can help people. One thing that it could be a little bit annoying in Dubai is everybody wants to sell their book. You know, everybody's pitching.
Yeah.
Like, you know, my business, my book, my real estate, anything.
Yeah.
And that's fine, right? But it gets boring after a while because you're like, oh my God, this person wants me to sell
It's
this.
tiring.
It's tiring.
Yeah.
Now, when you don't pitch anything, you become the interesting person in the room. So, hey, Jose, so what do you do? You're like, nah, I mean, when you don't pitch, like I stop telling people what I do.
Yeah.
I just listen, I ask questions, and when you don't pitch, people are really, I don't know, it works for me that way.
Yeah, I think I'm more like that. I call it like a soft sell. It's like you're just building relationships rather than just networking for the sake of it. Yeah. I think there was an instant. Have you been to Tech Tuesdays?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. There, I remember someone came up to me, and it's like they don't actively listen. They're just like pitching and talking at me, and I was like, I don't know what you want me to say, bro. Like, yeah, no. But yeah, it's good. What time's your flight tomorrow to the US? Busy.
At night, like around midnight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be all right. And where in the US are you going?
Arizona, Phoenix.
Oh, nice. It's hot there now, though.
Oh my God, they said it was 50 degrees. So it worse than Dubai.
Yeah, I've got one of my friends is a professional golfer. He lives out there.
Okay.
Yeah, he often puts on things, and I'm like, no. Like I struggle here. It's still not so bad here. Yeah.
The thing is, like, I heard that there is dry and here is humid.
Yeah,
so
it's
apparently it's a little bit easier.
All right.
But it's okay. I love the heat. I don't have a problem with the heat.
I'd rather be hot than cold, that's for sure.
100%.
Yeah. But thank you so much for coming on today. Is there anything else you want to add about your Micromeme movement or?
Well, that people log into politicalpump.com.
Yeah.
PUMP.
Okay.
And basically just, I think it's very easy to understand. It's just like the stock market, but with micro-meme coins.
Okay.
Every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Dubai, we launch one. People are really excited about it. And again, it's a platform, especially for beginners, for people who say, hey, let me put my feet in the water without too much risk. So I think we built something special.
Yeah, it's
And
exciting.
we are in that situation where we got a lot of trust by our community. Our community is happy, but we have to grow. We're definitely looking We are very big in Latin America. We're huge in Latin America.
Okay.
We're starting to grow in Southeast Asia. And UAE would be something amazing. So we're in that process on very, very early stage. But again, I'm excited. And excited about just building something that I think it could be a legacy within the crypto ecosystem. Because unfortunately, many projects in crypto, they just get released and then they die and the founders switch to another deal.
Yeah.
So you got to be like chasing founders, which is not good. And here I think is something that it could last long and we can build something special. So
yeah, no, it's really exciting. I'm definitely going to go on and have a look and, well, a deeper look. And I'm really excited for it. It's fun and new.
And again, exactly, something new. You know, in crypto, we had, of course, Bitcoin and then Ethereum and altcoins and then DeFi and then ICOs and then what else? What is STOs and then NFTs and then gaming and then metaverse, AI, meme coin again, and now Micromeme coin. So we're like
on the cusp.
We're like creating something very, very far ahead. And that is what it really makes me happy and excited. And I want people to feel what is how it feels to trade something that is only 5,000 tokens.
Yeah.
That feeling of, oh my God, it's moving. It is exciting.
It's very exciting. Quickly before you go, actually, what's your thoughts on like tokenization of assets?
Well, okay. RWL, real world assets. For you to have an idea, Bitcoin, I think they already passed $1 trillion.
Yeah.
And real estate alone in the world, there's $800 trillion in real estate. So we're talking about 800 times the size of Bitcoins. If on top of that you add, I don't know, wine, gold, jewelry, so many other valuable things, RWA is one of the biggest markets in the world. I really like RWA because it allows many people to join that space. For example, how many people in a country can buy a house? Maybe 1% of the population, or maybe 5%, 10%, but not everybody has $500,000.
Yeah.
With tokenization of real estate, you can buy a little bit of that asset.
Yeah.
So I think RWA opens an opportunity to the whole world. Also speed things up, like the buying and selling process is going to be much easier.
Yeah.
The problem that I see is that people want the safety of RWA. So I want my token or my NFT to be backed up by a real asset, but I want 400% or 400,000% ROI.
Yeah.
And that is where I just don't see, because if RWA will move like the real assets move. For example, real estate move 10% annually. Valuable things, they don't go 400,000% in a month.
No.
And that's what people want.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens there. But it's a great opportunity to again digitalize the whole world and getting people on board on new technology and assets. So no, I mean the future is, again, let's close this with enthusiasm.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing to be alive in today's world.
Yeah.
If you embrace uncertainty and if you embrace change. So be okay with change, be okay with uncertainty, be curious. And like I usually tell my students in Web3, hey, you're not going to break Web3. You know what I mean? Like connect your wallet. You're not going to break anything. Just click here, connect here, just try it.
Yeah.
Because Web3 is unbreakable.
Right.
So just give it a try.
No, thank you so much for coming on. Check out his social handles. I'll drop them below. And anything you want to say it to the camera right here.
Well, visit us on politicalfund.com. And if you ever come to Dubai, just say hello to us.
Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
We've got you a little gift here.
Wow.
It's just a t-shirt from our sponsor 0x. So
I'm definitely going to use it.
Yeah,
I'm definitely going to use it and post it on social media.
No, thanks for coming on today. It was really good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, honestly, love your enthusiasm. Honestly.
Thank you.